Hi! So, I realized that my last few vlogs have mostly been me sort of ranting or saying about how I don't have things to talk about. And, um, I did say I'd do my Quidditch video this week, so I'm gonna go ahead and sort of start on that a little bit. I still want to do a separate video on things that I've learned from playing Quidditch. But I guess I'll wait on that one. I'm still working on putting together the videos from the weekend, so that's still a work in progress, I promise. But I thought today what I'd talk about is just some of my favorite moments from the weekend. Some stuff that happened and all that jazz. Gosh. These are in no particular order, by the way. I haven't actually, listed them out, 1 through whatever, and decided which one's my absolute favorite. I take that back. I know which one's my absolute favorite, and that's I got to see my best friend, Nick. He works down in Orlando now, and because of that, we never get to see each other anymore, so graduated last year, so that was probably my favorite part of the entire trip, was just getting to spend time with him and catch up with him, because we just don't get to do that anymore, so that's awesome. Let's see, what else? Qualifying for bracket play was awesome, even if we only made it to the play-ins. We're the first team from Tennessee ever to go to World Cup, and we're the only Tennessee team that's gotten to go Division 1 or Division 2. Belmont got Division 2, applied for it and got it, but they didn't actually go, so we remain the only Tennessee team to go. That was really, really exciting, and hoping that that'll lead to some, help out with next year's expenses, but we'll see. So being the only Tennessee team to go was awesome, and then we qualified for day 2 of play. Basically how they set it up was the top 3 teams in each pool advanced to the next day, and then the bottom 8 teams overall, so 29 through 36, had to do what was called a play-in. So they played 1 round, and whichever team won got to go to the top 32 round. We played Bowling Green, Kentucky, or not Kentucky, Bowling Green, Ohio. Sorry, Ohio. That was a habit, saying Bowling Green, Kentucky. But I know you're Bowling Green, Ohio, because you guys were awesome. Bowling Green, Ohio, that was BGSU, and we were tied at the end, 100-100, and then their seeker caught the snitch. So we ended up losing to them 130 to 100. So that was kind of a bummer, but at the same time, the fact that we held our own, it was worth it. And honestly, having watched their later matches, their seeker was phenomenal. And so, he got that snitch, and I'm kudos. But yeah, so qualifying for bracket play, that was one of my favorites. I'd have to say, along that same vein, watching Bowling Green knock Miami out of the tournament and subsequently knocking out Maryland and Lost Boys to make it to the semis and play Texas, that was awesome. I'm not even on their team, and I was so excited. After the Bowling Green match was over, we knew they'd be playing Miami, so I think there were 5 of us. I think we all said it separately, but we were just like, hey, do us a favor and beat Miami. I mean, who doesn't love an underdog team? Come on. And we played Miami at the regionals, and just wasn't a fan of how they acted and stuff. They may be really nice people, but so far they haven't shown it to me, so there's my 2 cents worth. But watching BGSU knock them out in the next round, well done. Uh, let's see what else. Charlie, our snitch, got to snitch the championship of the entire World Cup, and that's like one of the biggest matches of the Quidditch season. And that was awesome. He definitely deserved it. He did a great job at snitching this weekend. I think he set the record for the most games snitched in one day, as he snitched 12 games on Saturday. He also did 5 games on Sunday, so he ended up with 17 games overall, just snitching. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with how snitching works, basically for the first 15 minutes of a game, you run around like a lunatic off the pitch, and when you come back to the pitch, you act like even more of a lunatic. You also get to throw people to the ground, and the goal is to make the game last as long as possible. Some snitches do that. Some games just, they get caught really fast. But that was awesome. The BGSU versus Lost Boys game. That was incredible. Final score, I think, ended up being 230 or 220 to 200, something like that. Game lasted 49 minutes, I think, and that snitch, Kyle, who's from southern Mississippi, he, I think, now holds the record for the longest game snitching. I don't know. Maybe not. Could be wrong, but I think that's the longest game on record. Discounting the game that went for 3 months, but that was, in the magical world. This is the Muggle adaptation, since we can't fly in front of Muggles. We had to adapt some stuff. So that was awesome. I guess other favorite moments. I'm trying to think. Oh, meeting Team Star Kid. That was awesome. I got to meet Joey Richter, Joe Walker, Joe Moses, and Brian Rosenthal, who are 4 of my favorite. In their videos that they make in Team Star Kid channel, we'll just go there when I get to my computer eventually. But they are better known as Ron Weasley, Voldemort / Umbridge, and Snape, and Quirrell / Seamus Finnegan. So I really enjoyed getting to meet them. They ended up sitting like 3 rows in front of our team on Sunday during the semis match between Texas and BGSU, and then the finals match between UCLA and Texas. Texas ended up winning, by the way. But that was really awesome. Me and Hillary went down to meet them after the semis game, and they took time and were very gracious about, they took a photo with us, and they signed my trading card. And I'm kind of socially awkward, and I think I actually tell this story in one of my other videos, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell it now. But I went, to ask them to sign my trading card, and I couldn't think of the words like, "Can I get your autograph?" And I'm pretty sure I asked Joe Walker, "Hey, would it be too much for me to ask you to sign my face?" I was like, "I mean this one," and then I handed in my trading card, and they were really nice about it. I mean, it was cool. And this video is starting to get kind of long, so those are just a few of my favorite moments from the weekend. I'll talk about some more probably tomorrow, so I don't, make you watch a 12-minute video again, because I'm going to try to keep these shorter. But yeah, so those are just some of my favorite moments, and I'll hit you up with some more later. So hope you're doing well, Todd. I'm going to finish doing whatever. My hair's kind of wet, but it kind of looks kind of nice right now. I don't know. So I'm going to finish doing whatever and stop picking at the sunburn, hopefully. So, ta-ta!